Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Kirsty Petrie. Today I'm going to show you guys how I install these cornrows. They're such a pretty color. We're going to be starting out on fresh and clean hair. As you can see, I got a cut. My hair is going to be moisturized with our Hemp Bae. I'm going to be using Braid Glaze to help lay the parts and just keep everything nice and tamed. This is our new product that we just dropped on the site. This is called Filthy. It's a scalp scrub. So if you suffer from dandruff, dry scalp, just a lot of dirt, bacteria, product buildup, this is a good product to incorporate into your wash day routine right before you shampoo and condition. So y'all can check it out there. I'm going to be using these clear beads. I bought 2 of these packs from the beauty supply. They also had this little beater. Of course, the Petrie Essentials Perfect Parting Comb. I'm going to be using this Denman paddle brush. I love it. It's so gentle on my hair, like perfect. Also, I'll be using our swoop brush that's on our site, ProtectiveStyle.com. These are some hair clips that I got from the beauty supply, and they really are uncomfortable and they hurt and they pull my hair. This is color 27. This is color 613. I bought both of these pre-stretched, and I used a total of 3 packs of 27 and literally like barely half of the 613. I just wanted a couple highlights. So right here I'm just separating. I'm showing you guys how small the pieces are that I'll be using when I do the actual cornrows for this style. And you know, I have my handy dandy thread rack. It's definitely a lifesaver. Keeps everything nice and organized. So get one off of Amazon. I'll link it below. For this style, I'm doing kind of a half up, half down. So what I did was I parted from ear to ear. So start on one ear, and you're gonna part going up to like the middle of your ear. I mean your the middle of your head. So once you basically get a rough draft part, this is what I call my rough draft. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just so that way your hair is literally sectioned off and you can begin carving out the part that you want and make it as neat as you'd like. This is a glimpse of the rough draft part that I'm talking about. You can see it's all crooked, but then you go back in with your perfect point parting comb and then you just carve out what you need to carve out in order to make it straight. And this is what it looks like. So I was, freestyling it with this hairstyle, and I decided to put knotless box braids in the back. So what you see here is I'm parting off the first row, just giving a rough line, and then I'm going to go back in and clean it up. Once you've got all your sections parted, I'm going to moisturize with Hemp Bae. I find that this is like the perfect balance to moisturize, protect, and add shine. When I take my braids out, my hair is nice and shiny and smooth. It's not dry or brittle or breaking. Plus, I just got a trim, so it really shouldn't be having any breakage problems. After I apply the oil, here I am applying Braid Glaze to the base of that part that I made in the back. You can see I have 3. Then I just drag that gel all the way down, and then I take my parting comb and just comb through to distribute. Now you guys have seen me do knotless braids plenty of times, so first things first, you start with your real hair, divide it in 3 sections, and then you get your first piece of extension hair, feed it in, cross over. Now I'm crossing over one more time right here just because my back tends to slip out much faster, and I just didn't want to have to take out these braids faster than I normally would. So here's my second piece, and I'm using color 27 here. I used color 27 majority throughout my hair. I just did a couple pops of that 613 because I just wanted that look, and I really love how it came out. This is my 4th piece of extension hair that I'm adding in. And then once you've added in all your pieces, depending on how large or small you want your knotless braids to be, then you just keep adding or you just keep braiding down. So I'm going to braid down. I'm just going to switch positions so it's a little bit more comfortable and that the braid chain looks consistent all the way through. And you see how curly my ends are. All you have to do, well, all I did was take the braid glaze, rub it between my fingers, and I just smear it onto my hair and that braiding hair just to kind of get it to stick and straighten out a little bit. And then I just continue on braiding. So the back is pretty much going to be repetitive, knotless braids all throughout. I started them a little bit big as far as the parting is concerned in that first row, but then once I went to the other rows, I made them just a little bit smaller because I wanted it to be full. And yeah, this is what it looks like. I'm stopping here because I wasn't sure if I wanted to do a bob or if I wanted to leave them long. So you'll see later what I decide to do. Here is what it looks like. When I'm parting out my hair, I like to leave the sections down that I'm going to go ahead and braid, and I clip up the sections that I'm not going to braid. Here I am just rubbing some more of the hair oil onto my ends just to keep them protected during the style. And you can see here I'm like debating throughout this whole entire style, like, do I want to keep this long? Do I want to keep it short? Now here is a part that a lot of people get stuck with, including myself. So when you're doing your parts for your box braids, I make this little weird oval shape here, and it's just going to help all the braids. You see that? It's just going to help you camouflage everything better to make it look like you really got your part game, you know, on 1000. And you see that little piece that I'm showing you there? I was bricklaying, so it covers those parts that are exposed. Here I am going to just give you guys a glimpse. This is how I start the braid. After I apply the hair oil, I apply the gel, I take the Perfect Point parting comb, and I just comb through to make sure it's distributed. Then when you're starting out your knotless braids, I have plenty of videos showing you guys how to start. You're going to start with your real hair, divide it into 3 sections, and right here, boom, that's where you slide in that first piece of hair. Okay, this is what the entire back looked like when I was done, and I am very happy. Again, I was still trying to decide if I wanted to do short or long, but other than that, that's what it looks like, and I love it. As for this top half that we parted and tucked away, I'm just going to unravel it. And oh my gosh, this be feeling so good. Little head massage. Don't be afraid to get that circulation going. Now, after you've massaged your scalp, you're going to go ahead and divide that section in half. Again, I was freestyling, so I didn't know like what I wanted to do, but I was praying and just relying on the guidance of God, because that's really what I do when I'm doing my little hairstyles. But I divided it in half, and I'm just going to work section by section. Again, that's just the easiest and most organized way that I found to get my braids done. So I decided to just do straight backs, and what you see here, I'm just taking one of our other parting combs and I'm just taking it right down, and that made like the perfect line. Once you've got your section parted out, you want to get your hair clips. Again, these ones suck and they really hurt, but I need a lot of clips when I'm doing my hair because my hair likes to just be all over the place. Apply your gel to that section, take your comb and distribute it through. Make sure you put your oil or your moisturizer on there. Then you're going to start with a small piece of extension hair at the very beginning. Now, however you choose to do is up to you, but I started with a piece of hair at the beginning, and I really work with literally the smallest pieces of my hair because it will pull all the way back and it doesn't look very good. So I start at the very beginning without causing too much tension, and you guys see how slow I'm going here. One thing I'll point out is I'm using my ring finger to kind of hold that little knot down at the front so it doesn't slip back as I am braiding and pulling and tugging and braiding and pulling and tugging. And as I insert each piece, I still use my fingers to kind of hold that little section down, and then I insert and then I continue braiding. Once I've completed that entire cornrow, I think I added a total of 8 pieces of extension hair, from very small to getting, you know, thicker in the size. So I added a total of 8 pieces of hair for these cornrows going straight back. Just take your time with it. If it doesn't look neat, take it down, and if it does look neat to you, then great. At the end of the day, you did your hair, and that's what matters, right? Saved all those coins. And voila, look at it. Yeah, I was still debating if I wanted to keep it short or long, but I really loved the way that it was turning out. At first, I was not thinking that these straight backs were looking good, but then I just said, let me just continue on with it, and if I don't like it, then I'll just take the front down and do it again. So again, I'm repeating the same steps for that other half that was parted off. I'm just going back in with my comb, Gonna section off 6 little sections and just, follow the same steps. Oil it up, that's my moisturizer, to seal in the moisture, and then take my gel, apply it down, and then get my braiding hair. Simple. I didn't want to speed it up here because I wanted you guys to see again. I'm taking the most smallest piece of hair that I can take of the braiding hair and my hair, and I'm starting there versus trying to start with my real hair and then adding in the pieces, especially because this hair is blonde and I don't know how to do all that tucking and concealing. I'm just doing some regular braids. Okay, so I start at the very beginning with a very small piece of hair, and then once I feel that it's anchored down enough, then I begin adding in my additional pieces of hair, which get bigger in size. Again, I think I added a total about 8, but with each size part that I had, you have to realize your head shape, your hairline is not the same length all the way around. So some areas I only inserted 6 pieces versus 8. Okay. So after some more prayer, I decided to just go ahead and put the little beads on and then see how I felt about the look. And I thought it looked really unique with the beads. Gave me some real Afrocentric vibes, and I just felt really pretty. So I said I'm going to leave the beads and leave it at that short length. And I decided to just go with it. Yes, I'm using school scissors to cut because that was all I could find in my house. Just all of our scissors magically disappeared. So anyways, I'm just cutting off that excess hair that's left out from when you bead the hair with the braids, and then I'll show you guys the final look afterwards. Okay, here it is, almost the final look, but you guys, it looks so cute to me. Comment down below, would you have left it short or would you have left it long? If you left it short, would you have added the beads? Would you have just burnt the tips? I did not dip this hair either. I just beaded it and I went about my day, and I'm totally fine with that. So yeah, comment down below, what would you guys have done? I feel like it's so pretty. So yeah, here is the final reveal. Yes, girl, swinging them things. Hopefully this gives you some good spring braid inspiration, because it's very much winter still, but it's a nice spring style that I think everybody will enjoy. Thanks guys for watching this video. Don't forget to shop PeachtreeEssentials.com for all of your hair care needs. Comment down below if you're feeling this style, and leave some style suggestions. I'm open and I want to try some more. Okay, bye, see y'all later.